Most people go through life heavily armed with opinions, but completely unequipped with understanding. They know what's trending, they know celebrity drama, they know what everyone else is doing, but ask them who they are, what they believe, what principles they stand on when life gets ugly. Silence. That's because information is everywhere, but real knowledge is rare. And there's a difference. Information is noise. Knowledge is a weapon. A sharpened mind is not built by endlessly consuming random content. It is built by intentionally collecting tools that help you understand yourself, people, and the world. Because life is not kind to the mentally unprepared. People will lie to you, manipulate you, project their fears onto you. Try to define your worth based on what you can give them. And if your mind is weak, confused, or empty, you will absorb whatever the loudest voice tells you. That's dangerous. A person without knowledge is easily controlled, not just by governments or media, but by insecurity, by emotion, by impulse, by other people's expectations. That's why knowledge is power in the deepest sense. Not because it makes you sound intelligent, but because it makes you harder to break. When you study psychology, you begin to understand why people behave the way they do. You stop taking everything personally. You realize not every rejection is about your worth. Not every criticism is truth. Not every praise is genuine. That alone protects your peace. When you study philosophy, you learn how to think instead of what to think. You begin asking better questions. What actually matters? What is a meaningful life? What is within my control? And suddenly, chaos loses some of its power over you. When you study history, you realize human nature repeats itself. The same greed, the same fear, the same manipulation. Different century, different technology, same patterns. And now you're less naive. When you study communication, you understand how words shape reality, how people persuade, influence, deceive. You stop being emotionally dragged around by every opinion thrown at you. This is what knowledge does. It sharpens your perception, and perception shapes your life. Because your life is not just what happens to you, it is also how accurately you can see what is happening. A weak mind reacts. A sharpened mind observes first, questions first, analyzes first. That is power. But knowledge is not just defense. It also builds identity. The more you learn, the more clearly you understand what aligns with you and what doesn't. What values are worth protecting? What standards are non-negotiable? What kind of person you refuse to become? And in a world constantly trying to shape you into something convenient, profitable, or easily influenced. A strong sense of self is rebellion. Knowledge helps you build an internal compass. So when trends change, people leave, opportunities collapse, or life becomes uncertain, you do not completely lose yourself. Because your foundation is deeper than external validation. You know what you stand on. And that kind of confidence is different. It's quieter, less performative, less desperate, more grounded. So stop treating knowledge like decoration. It is not there to impress people. It is armor, it is a blade. It is protection against ignorance, manipulation, and self-destruction. Read books, study ideas, challenge your assumptions, learn things that make you uncomfortable. Not because it looks productive, but because every piece of real knowledge makes your inner world stronger. And in a chaotic world, a sharpened mind is survival. So, pick up knowledge like a weapon, not to fight the world, but to stop the world from deciding who you become. Follow growth theory for more contents on self-improvement and motivation.